A new Edgar Wright movie? Should I check it out? Where are we going?
We're about to go movies now.
Do not take your kids to watch this movie.
I like magic.
What the fuck did we just watch?
Half of the fucking movie is about the Joker.
Huh?
But yeah, it's a decent movie.
Hi everyone, I'm Ronan Unchained. I just got back from watching the newest Edgar Wright film, Last Night in Soho. It's directed by him and it's co-written by him and Krysty Wilson-Cairns. It's starring Thomasin, Mckenzie, Anya-Taylor and Matt Smith. This film was right up my alley. I know for a lot of people, Edgar Wright, for a lot of people it's the Shaun of the Dead, it's Hot Fuzz and At World's End, and also Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. But for me, he is one of my favorite directors of all time, and to me his films, my two favorite films of his is Baby Driver and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I haven't had the chance to see At World's End or his Sparks Brothers documentary, but those films are more up my alley, up my genre of what I like to dig. I like Shaun of the Dead, I like Hot Fuzz, but those two were more of my taste in cinema. And when I heard this was much more of a thriller, and it had about a fashion design, and it had the Thomasin Mckenzie from Jojo Rabbit, who I adore. She's perfect. Anya-Taylor, who is one of the greatest actresses I've seen of all time, and La Suerte que es Latina me da más orgullo. And Matt Smith, who I've seen parts of Doctor Who, but I thought he was very slick, cool, and yet presentful. His presence in the film is felt, whether he's right in front of you or in a corner or on the side, you feel him watching you throughout the whole film, which tells how good he did when the camera was on him. This film is, oh my gosh, it is such a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's about trauma. It's about trying to be what you want to be, and the world or the area, environment that surrounds you, how much it could shape you, change you for the better, for the good, and also the people that surround you a bit. I was so in it with this film. It's so good. I mean, I'll say this. There are parts that you start guessing, is this person this person? Is this person that person? And you can make up a choice, but then Mr. Wright and Miss Cairns just throw you something and be like, wait, is it what I think it is, or is it not? And you start thinking about it, and once stuff starts unraveling, you're like, oh, okay, it is what I thought. Okay, but how is this gonna end? And the fact that you could maybe presume what will happen, who is who, it doesn't take away from the journey that Ellie or Eloise goes through, and how she bumps into Sandy. This film was just so cool, man. There are vibes, and I don't know if he took inspiration from this. I know they're good friends, but I saw vibes of Crimson Peak, Guillermo del Toro's film, which is, I really dig it, love it. I don't think it's my favorite of his, but just the gothic feel and how he made that, and none of it feels fake. It feels lived in, and the creepiness there. I mean, he must have had inspiration from it. If it doesn't, then strong minds think alike, I suppose. And the music in this film, I am a person who, much like Ellie or Eloise, is not much for modern music or new music. Once in a while, a music will hit me and be like, all right, I can connect with it, why not? But mainly, if you look at my CDs, my collection, it is very pre-2000, almost pre-1990, if you will. It's very much 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and some 90s stuff. This film just made me want to go to South London or North London, if you will, and just dance to old school music. And these posters that I'm showing you are to die for. I want them on my wall, and yet there are frames in it that feel magical. It's like witnessing a fairy tale with horror thriller elements in it. The cinematography by Chung Hoon Chung is, whew. I mean, I know he did Old Boy, and I believe he did It by Andy Muschietti. I believe so, I could be wrong. And it was just perfect the way stuff. I mean, there's a shot where where Ellie puts on her blanket over her and it just pulls out and it's just a long blanket. And I mean the scenes where they switch around between Andy and Sandy and Ellie is just, I don't know how they pulled off, but I want to know that trick because I want to be able to use that one of the days for my stories I want to tell. I recommend this film. I recommend it. Go seek it out. It's worth the price of admission. I'm doing my best right now to hunt down those posters. I want that on my wall. At least I want a light up sign of Last Night in Soho. It is just enchanting, and you care for these characters. You care for Ellie overcoming her past and dark stuff, and trying to be better, or trying to be the better person of herself, or you know, just go out to the world and just experience it, and yet not get hurt. And when you are introduced to Anya-Taylor Joy's characters, Sandy, you're rooting for her, and yet you see stuff that she goes through, and you're like, holy, please save this woman, please. Please, Edgar Wright, let me go, throw me into the frame. I need to help those two girls out. I need to protect them. Jesus.